They won't tell you this in school, that your greatest battle will never be with the world outside. It's the war happening silently, invisibly, between your ears. Your thoughts, the unseen architects of your destiny. Every empire, every failure, every moment of peace or panic, it begins there. Control your thoughts, or they will control you. This isn't just advice. It's law. A man is nothing more than what he constantly thinks about, not what he dreams of, not what he wishes for, but what he repeatedly allows to take root in his mind. The thoughts he feeds, the thoughts he waters. And most people, they live in mental autopilot, waking up each morning and letting old, tired, recycled thoughts write today's script. Doubt, fear, insecurity. They carry these like a badge, wondering why life stays the same. But listen carefully. No thought lives rent-free in your mind. Every single one either pays you or robs you. If you're broke, bitter, anxious, or stuck, you're not cursed. You're not unlucky. You're just letting the wrong thoughts lead your life. Let's go back to the greats. Thomas Edison failed 1,000 times trying to invent the light bulb. But did he think, maybe I'm not smart enough? Did he think, this is too hard? No. He thought, every failure is one step closer to the solution. See, Edison didn't just invent the bulb. He mastered the thought that made it possible. Because thoughts create persistence, and persistence creates power. Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Let that hit, because your thoughts are not passive background noise. They are blueprints, and every action you take follows that design. Now ask yourself, what have you been building? What patterns are running through your mind on loop? Are they patterns of excellence or excuses? Patterns of vision or victimhood? You cannot build a palace on a foundation of poverty thinking. You cannot write a symphony if the voice in your head keeps whispering, you're not enough. You cannot lead armies if your mind is led by fear. So why do we let these thoughts take over? Because they're familiar. Because they're easy. Because somewhere in your life, someone planted them, and you never questioned if they belonged to you. But I'll tell you something the world won't. Every thought is a choice, and you have the power, right now, to choose new ones. Your thoughts are not your truth. They are habits, and habits can be rewritten. No one is born defeated. No one enters this world doubting their worth. A child doesn't hesitate to walk, to fall, to try again. Because belief is our natural state. Doubt is something we learn. We inherit it from the fears of others. We absorb it from the television, from broken people, from systems designed to keep us small. And eventually, we make those fears our home. We sit in them. We decorate them. We call them reality. But reality is malleable. The world bends to the mind bold enough to believe it can change. You want to transform your life? Start with the words you speak when no one is listening. Not the performance you put on for others, but the voice in the quiet, the one whispering when you fail, the one echoing when you succeed. What is it saying? Is it building you or breaking you? Your inner world writes your outer one, and the universe has no choice but to obey the command you whisper to it every day. So ask yourself, are you commanding strength, or are you submitting to fear? The mind is not your enemy, but it is your mirror. It reflects back exactly what you feed it. Feed it indecision, and you'll hesitate. Feed it anxiety, and you'll stay stuck. Feed it courage, and it will move mountains for you. But here's the hard truth. You cannot think like a victim and expect to live like a victor. You cannot wake up with complaints and go to bed with confidence. You cannot plant seeds of negativity and expect to harvest greatness. The mind is a field, and every thought is a seed. Sow discipline, and you'll reap progress. Sow vision, and you'll reap direction. Sow gratitude, and you'll reap abundance. But sow excuses, and you'll get exactly what you've always gotten. Nothing changes until your thinking does. Do you know what separates the successful from the stagnant? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's not even timing. It's the decision to take control of the only thing you truly own. Your mind. You can lose your money. You can lose your home. You can lose people, jobs, and opportunities. But your thoughts, those are yours. And if you learn to master them, no one can ever truly take your power. It's what Napoleon Hill meant when he said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But most people never get past the conceive part. They have the dream, but they don't believe they're worthy of it. They don't believe they're capable. And so, the mind shuts the door before life can even knock. But you're not most people. You're here because something in you refuses to settle. Because you're tired of living as a prisoner to your patterns. because a fire in you knows you were meant for more. And I'll tell you the truth. You are one disciplined thought away from a different life.